Hi guys, it's Albert the Analyst, back with another video. Of course, this one is regarding the women's 100 meters at the USA National Trials that's happening this weekend. So let's just get straight into it. So last night, the first set of heats were run for the women's 100 meters. Very exciting. Some things we expected, some things were a bit unexpected, a few surprises here and there, a few debates and conspiracy theories here and there. So first of all, heat one. So heat one was won by Kayla White in a time of 10.89. I believe that was a personal best. Second place was Sha'Carri Richardson in a season's best of 11.07. Samira Moody was third in a time of 11.11. Now, I was very impressed with Sha'Carri's run. I mean, it's a season's best, right? But I couldn't help but notice that Sha'Carri had a not so good start. This was probably the worst start of the entire season for her, and yet she almost went sub 11. What that says to me is Coach Dennis needs to stop trying to fix what's not broken. Sha'Carri ran a bunch of 10.7s in 2023. She won at the World Championships with 10.65, and she didn't need to try to fix her start all season to do it. I'm not saying that she should always try and have bad starts, but trying to fix a start that hasn't stopped her from going 10.7 and 10.6, especially during a year where she's trying to defend her title, I don't think it makes sense. And he's been trying to fix her start since last year. No, I was very annoyed with the fact that in an Olympic year like 2024, when you should be sharpening your weapons, when you should be working on the things that work, for example, her top end speed, making sure that it continues to be as fiery, her execution, instead of focusing on the things that she's already good at and building on those things, because it's an Olympic year and you can't afford to be trying something new and then it affects the rest of her race, and then at the Olympics she doesn't get the gold, when you know that getting gold at the Olympics is the goal for all track and field athletes. Getting gold at the Olympics is the epitome of showing that you are the best at track and field. I really disliked the fact that he tried to, have her change how she starts during an Olympic year. Why are you experimenting during an Olympic year? You should not be experimenting. You should be continuing to build on what she's already great at. You work on the start during the off year. 2026, for example. Next year is when you try to work on the start. You don't try to work on the start and try to do these experiments when she either needs to win at the Olympics or this year, for example, needs to defend her title. So I am not the biggest fan of this approach that he's taken. I don't mind trying to fix her start, but try to fix it during the off year, not during a year when she needs to defend her title or win the Olympic gold medal. So I did notice that she didn't try to start like Shelly, like she's been trying to do all season, and it worked for her. Where, as I'm used to, her top end speed brought her to the brought her across the line, and she was able to get second place. So I was very impressed with that race. Please try, so I would say to her coach, stop trying to fix what's not broken, and if you do want to try to fix it, do it during the off year, not during a year where she needs to defend the title. So let's see how she progresses. By the way, Sha'Carri pulled out of the trials, so she will not be going to the semifinals for the 100 meters, and she will not be showing up for the women's 200 meters. Now, I have been hearing a lot of whispers about her and Coleman having some spat, some dispute, which I'm hearing that there might be domestic violence involved. But honestly, I am here for track and field. I'm not really here to mind Coleman and Sha'Carri's business. But what I will say is that this girl has been through a lot. And as someone who's also been through a lot myself, I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to be alienated, to be villainized, for people to try and silence you when you're standing up for yourself. So I give Sha'Carri my full support. Her and her fans, me and her fans may clash sometimes because I feel like they're a bit uneducated, and rude, especially if you don't want people bashing Sha'Carri, why are you bashing other athletes? That's kind of where I draw the line with her fans. But Sha'Carri herself, I really admire her as an athlete and as a person. I admire the fact that in 2021 she knows what she knows the things that she said and the things that she did. She she came back and she took ownership of the things she did. You can see that she's trying to improve as a person, in the way she talks, the way she acts, the way she comes off to fans, competitors,
competitors and herself. So, I've been very impressed by the kind of, you could say, turnaround that she's had. So, I have a lot of faith in this girl. I feel like she can make it. So I just want her to block out the noise. And if you being at your best means being single, then go ahead and be single, We don't need to be in a relationship to be great. And, if it turns out that this relationship is what has caused for her to pull out of the trials, I will be very annoyed, because, don't let a man or a woman stop your shine, you get what I mean? So yeah, but we don't know for sure what's happening, so I'm gonna say this is all alleged. But if she has pulled out, as a precaution in terms of injuries, because she was injured earlier this season, then I completely understand. With how loaded the 200 meter is this year, I think the best thing to do would be to focus on her pet event, which is the 100 meters. So yeah, I'm just wishing her the very best. I'm hoping to see her compete on the circuit, run a few diamond leagues, a few golden meets and such. Yeah, just wishing her the best. As I said, I was very impressed with the run. And Sha'Carri will always Sha'Carri. She, she might have a few drawbacks, but she's here and she's here to stay, And she is a 10.6 runner, the 2023 world champion, and nobody can ever take that from her. All right. So, oh my God, what she did say again? What did she say again? She's like, I'm the 7th fastest woman ever, and can nobody ever take that from me? Yeah. We can't take away her accolades. We don't need to ever try to. She stamped her class. She is the media generator right now, to be honest. Sha'Carri brings the news. She brings the attention. And that grows the sport. Sha'Carri is one of the growers of the sport, whether you want to admit it or like it or not. So, yeah. Wishing you all the best. Heat 2 was won by Twanisha Terry. Impressive, 1089. So if you don't know, me and TT have beef. Well, it's a one-sided beef because I doubt she knows me. But I always call her the relay bandit. Because that second leg where she competed against Shelly, that second leg went viral in 2023, and people are like, oh, she ran down Shelly, even though they don't know that even as much as Shelly had an injury during that relay, Shelly still ran the faster split. So I'm like, but anyways, yeah. So shout out to Twanisha. She's not as consistent as I would like for her to be, but one thing with this girl, once it's championships time, she locks in. So 1089, very impressive. I'm hoping to see her do well in that final. And who knows, she just might come top 3. Aliyah Hobbs, second in 10.94. I am so happy to see Aliyah Hobbs back on the scene, going sub 11. Because, she's been dealing with some injury issues over the last few years. I am very happy that I did not see her indoors, because it seems every time that Aliyah runs indoors, she gets injured. So you already run your 6.94, Aliyah. We can back off for the indoors, especially if it gets you injured constantly. Indoors is not where it matters. Outdoors is, and you know that. So very impressed with her run. Third place was Gabby Thomas. Gabby Thomas. So it seems Gabby has been chasing sub 11 all season, and it keeps eluding her. Mind you, this race was run with a 1.8 wind, and Gabby still couldn't break 11. Gabby ran 11:02. So very impressive run. She's made the semis. But I would say to Gabby, you opened your season, your one and only 400 meters race for the year. You almost went sub 49 seconds, and you took down Paulino, the Olympic champion and the defending world champion. Gabby, maybe it's time to focus on going 48. Going sub 49 in the 400 meters than trying to go sub 11 in the 100. You could be the person to break this 400 meter world record, but instead of trying to go sub 49, you're trying to go sub 11. Come on, Gabby, let's not lose the plot here. But hey, great run. Hopefully she breaks 11 in the semis and just gets it over with. She's clearly obsessed with going sub 11. She's actually the only woman to run below 21.7 and not go sub 11. So all other 200 meter runners like Elaine, Sharika, Marion Jones, Flojo, all of those women who've there's also Alison Felix, Merlene Ati, who else? What's that lady's name? She came second to Elaine in 2016. Daphne Shippers. All those women who ran 21.6 or faster, all of them have run 10.8 in the 100 or faster. So Gabby is actually the only 21.6 or faster runner who's never broken 11 and has also never run 10.8. So, I mean, go ahead and try to change that, Gabby, and you know, add yourself to that, what would you say? I guess you could say that Hall of Fame of women who've run 21.6 as well as 10.8 or faster. But I hope you know that your talent is over the 200 and the 400, and you could do some damage over that 400, maybe even get a medal. But yeah, great going, Gabby. Tamara Clark, she ran 11.18 for 6th place. She has qualified. She's someone who I'm always looking at, so I hope to see her doing even better in the semis. For the second to last heat, this is the third heat, Melissa Jefferson, 10.86. She's been firing on all cylinders. This girl has been doing amazing. Second place was Jada Mowat. Third place, English Gardner. Very impressed with English Gardner's run. English Gardner's been here for, you know, a while, you know. And, you know, I'm glad to see her still competing against these big, you know, these girls who have currently taken over. Fourth place was Tamari Davis with 11.15. I've been expecting a lot from Tamari in terms of, you know, I've always seen her to be very consistent. She's always a girl who comes top 4 at trials, especially since recent times, of course. So I'm hoping to see her do even better in the semis. But fourth place, 11.15 into a minus 1.5 wind, that's not bad. Now, speaking of the 1.5 wind, guys, the wind is natural. And we cannot determine when it will rain or when the sun will shine. It's natural. Why are we having a massive debate and a conspiracy theory about whether the wind was whether, you know, Eugene or the officials are messing with the clock or the wind reader? In 2022, Kerika Hill ran 11.16, and I believe it was with a 1.7 or a 1.8 wind. Literally about 30 minutes later, and that was for class 2 girls in the 100 meters at Champs. Then literally like 30 minutes later, the class 1 girls, they run their race. Tina defeats Brianna Liston, and they run that into a minus 2.8 headwind. So, and even the commentators were like, oh my God, what happened with the wind? Why did the wind change? So this is nature. Why are we talking about, Eugene is so weird, Eugene is always doing this, doing that, just because the wind changed? It's the wind. It's gonna blow here, there, and everywhere. So what if it changed? For the men's 100 meters, which I will be doing a video about, the wind changed as well. Some men run into a headwind, some men run with a tailwind behind them. Like, why are we losing the plot? Like, where did common sense go? Like, anyways, fourth heat was won by my girl JC Sears. I am convinced that she will make the team. There are some persons who are not convinced. Some persons are saying she won't make the team, even though it was wind aided, because this race was run with a plus 3.2 wind. JCS won it with 18.85 big Q. Second was Jenna Prandini. Very impressed. Jenna was closing like a freight train. Jenna came second with 10.95. Third was Anavia Battle. Anavia, girl, you have been dominating on the Diamond League circuit all season. You have gained so many fans, so many believers. I really would love to see you do great at these trials. Let's see if you can come top 3 in that final. So many people believe that you can. So yeah, that's really it for the women's. Let me see something here. Yeah. Oh, Jamisha Ford, who a lot of persons have high expectations for as well. Some feel she will come top 3. She came 5th in 11.05. Cambria Sturgis was 4th in 11.05. So yeah, let's see what Jamisha brings. I don't have as much faith in her as everybody else. I think it's maybe because, you know, she's been running on the NCAA circuit, so she might not be as peaked as the seniors. But let's see. You know, you can never count somebody out. But yeah, that's it for me when it comes down to the men's 100 meters. The thing is, the semis have not yet been run, and the truth of the matter is, until the semis are run, we're all guessing. We don't know who's in peak shape. We don't know who speaks better than who. So I will give my prediction for the final on Twitter, and then I'll do a video after the final is run, and I'll just, you know, reference my predictions that I made on Twitter. But I don't want to predict a top 3 when I don't even know what happens in the semis. That's, you know, anybody who's given you a prediction, So far, they are guessing. They're not only guessing, they're putting the persons that they like for top 3. They're putting their favorite athletes for the season or overall for top 3. Because we don't know what will happen. Look at Sha'Carri. Persons have been predicting her top 3. Sha'Carri has pulled out. You get what I mean? So, I don't want to be guessing. When I predict, I try to be as logical as possible. But although, of course, I don't use just logic. When it comes down to making a prediction, I also use what I think is, something that how do I put this? Humans defy logic every day. And so when I do my predictions, it's like half logic, half a human being might just defy logic. You know what I mean? But I won't be making any predictions. So no, guys, I will not give any prediction. All I will say is that JCS will make the team. I guess that's my only prediction. JCS and, oh, geez. But you see? But if because I was about to say JCS and Melissa. But then that's giving a prediction of 2. I might as well give a prediction of 3, right? Fine. JCS, Melissa, and third place is wide open. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. Comment and let me know what you think, especially about the Sha'Carri situation, the Melissa and the Win situation, this 11-11 versus 10.86. I really don't see it's not like she ran 10.68. No, that I would be like, but she ran 10.86. Where are we? Build a bridge and get over it. Anyways, like, share, subscribe, comment and let me know you guys' thoughts. Let me know your own predictions. Who do you have coming top 3? Who do you think will make the team, might not make the team? Just let me know your thoughts. Albert the Analyst signing out. Bye.